the psychological war of silence. What truly happens when you go no contact with a narcissist? Going no contact with a narcissist is not just an act of avoidance. It is an act of psychological survival. It means cutting every thread that connects you to them. No texts, no calls, no late-night apologies that twist your heart. It is the brave moment when you decide that your peace is worth more than their chaos. Psychologists describe this step as a radical boundary, a necessary form of detachment to reclaim your sense of self after prolonged emotional manipulation. Yet, this is also the moment when the narcissist feels their empire of control begin to crumble. To the narcissist, your silence is not peace, it's rebellion. According to clinical psychologist Dr. Ramani Durvasula, narcissists equate control with existence. When you stop engaging, they don't just lose attention, they lose identity. Their sense of power feeds entirely on reaction, whether love, fear, or rage, and when that reaction disappears, they begin to unravel. This is why going no contact is so difficult, because the narcissist will fight to reinsert themselves into your life, not out of love, but out of hunger for control. Their first weapon is often hoovering, named, fittingly, after the Hoover vacuum, because the narcissist is desperate to suck you back in. They might reappear with trembling apologies or tender recollections of the past. I miss how we used to laugh, or I've changed this time. But psychologists warn that this is not remorse, it's strategy. The narcissist's charm is a rehearsed performance designed to ignite your empathy, lower your guard, and reset the cycle of idealization and devaluation. Once you're drawn back in, they punish your hope with cruelty, reminding you, in words or silence, why you left in the first place. When their manipulation fails to lure you, the smear campaign begins. This is where the narcissist's true talent for distortion reveals itself. Unable to control you directly, they attack your image instead. They will twist truths, invent lies, and recruit unsuspecting allies to their side. Psychologists explain this as narcissistic projection, the act of offloading their guilt, shame, and moral decay onto their victim. They will accuse you of being abusive, unstable, or vindictive, all while doing those very things themselves. The goal is simple: to isolate you, to make others doubt you, and to pressure you into defending yourself, because the moment you engage, you're back in the game. The healthiest counter-strategy, as trauma experts often advise, is disengagement with documentation. Don't fight their lies. Record them. Keep evidence for legal or professional protection if needed, but refuse to play the emotional tug-of-war. Every word you spend trying to correct their story is a rope they'll use to pull you back. Focus instead on rebuilding the parts of your life that were dimmed by their shadow. Invest your energy where it matters, in truth, in recovery, and in people who genuinely see you. When smearing doesn't break you, the narcissist often resorts to triangulation, the cruel art of jealousy. They flaunt a new partner, a new perfect life, or friendships that seem straight out of a fairy tale. Psychologists describe this as supply reinforcement. By making you feel replaced, they restore their fragile ego and reassert dominance. The new relationship becomes a stage, a show meant for your pain. They shower this new person with everything they once promised you: the affection, attention, and validation you longed for. But it's all a lie recycled for their next target. Finally, when all else fails, the narcissist dons the victim mask. Suddenly, they are the ones wronged, the fragile soul who tried everything, while you turned cruel. They project their own abusive behavior onto you, flipping the narrative so convincingly that outsiders may pity them. As psychologist Dr. Les Carter notes, this is emotional theater at its most refined, a performance crafted to draw sympathy, deflect accountability, and lure you back through guilt. You may even feel tempted to defend yourself publicly, but doing so only feeds their drama. The truth is stark and sobering. Narcissists do not mourn your loss, they mourn the loss of control. They don't miss your love. They miss the way your love made them feel powerful. Their every move, from hoovering to smearing to victim playing, is part of a single, desperate mission: to keep you orbiting around their ego. And once you understand that, you begin to see that the silence you chose, that beautiful, agonizing silence, is not weakness. It is liberation. Psychologists agree that breaking free from a narcissist is one of the hardest psychological battles a person can face. It demands not just courage but self-compassion, to resist the illusion of change, to survive the loneliness of detachment, and to build a life where your worth no longer depends on someone else's chaos. Healing begins the moment you stop explaining your story to those committed to misunderstanding it, and start living it for yourself. When you go no contact with a narcissist, you are not just leaving a relationship, you are severing the lifeline of their ego. To them, your silence is a wound, a personal humiliation that must be avenged. And so, when charm fails and manipulation doesn't draw you back, the narcissist escalates. Suddenly, crises begin to unfold. Emergencies that seem designed to pull on your heartstrings. They're sick. They're broke. They need just one more favor. It's a performance designed to activate the most human part of you, empathy. Psychologists explain this as compassion exploitation, a deliberate manipulation of your moral wiring. Dr. George Simon, an expert in covert aggression, notes that narcissists instinctively know that guilt and compassion are pressure points. They stage distress not to heal, but to hook you back into their web. Every plea for help is a psychological booby trap. If you respond, they regain power. If you don't, they play the victim and cast you as cruel. For the survivor, this creates intense cognitive dissonance, the painful mental clash between the truth you know and the empathy they weaponize against you. When emotional manipulation fails, the narcissist may slip into more sinister tactics, stalking and surveillance. They might monitor your social media, drive by your home, show up coincidentally at your gym or workplace. In severe cases, they infiltrate your social circles through mutual acquaintances to extract updates about your life. Psychologists call this narcissistic monitoring, an extension of the control they once held. To the narcissist, information equals power. Knowing where you are, who you're with, or what you're feeling allows them to maintain an illusion of dominance, even from a distance. This behavior can leave victims living in a state of hypervigilance, constantly scanning their surroundings for signs of intrusion. It's not paranoia, it's a trauma response. According to trauma therapist Dr. Judith Herman, survivors of narcissistic abuse often live with complex trauma that blurs the line between safety and danger. The strategy for recovery is to rebuild a sense of control through practical safety measures, privacy settings, blocked numbers, changed routines, but also through emotional boundaries. True safety begins not just when the narcissist loses access to your phone, but when they lose access to your mind. And then there is the silent provocation, those unnerving, subtle gestures meant to haunt you. They block you, then unblock you. They accidentally like an old photo, or leave a vague post that feels like it's aimed directly at you. It's not coincidence. It's psychological warfare. As psychologist Dr. Ramani Durvasula explains, narcissists thrive on creating uncertainty. When you're unsettled, you think of them. And when you think of them, they still exist in your world. It's a way of maintaining mental occupancy, living rent-free inside your thoughts. They might even use objects as emotional anchors. A shirt left behind, a photo album not returned, a sentimental belonging that suddenly goes missing. These are not accidents. The narcissist understands that physical items hold emotional memory, and by manipulating access to them, they tether you to the past. It's not about the object itself. It's about keeping you chasing closure they'll never grant. In therapy, survivors often describe this stage as the ghost phase, when the narcissist feels gone but still haunts every corner of the mind. At the heart of all these tactics lies one truth. These games are not about love, they are about control. Every message, every coincidence, every emotional trigger is part of a desperate attempt to reassert dominance. When you go no contact, you've dismantled the narcissist's illusion of superiority. According to Dr. Carol McBride, author of Will I Ever Be Free of You?, narcissists interpret emotional detachment as a direct attack on their worth. It's not heartbreak they feel, it's ego injury. That's why they'll do anything to regain a reaction, because reaction means relevance. But the survivor's power lies in non-engagement. Every time you resist replying, explaining, or defending, you're reprogramming your nervous system to prioritize peace over chaos. Boundaries are not punishment. they are protection. By refusing to play, you're teaching both your mind and the narcissist that the game is over. Psychologists emphasize the importance of radical detachment, consciously disconnecting from the narcissist's emotional hooks and redirecting your energy toward your healing, your identity, and your future. So, when the narcissist sends that cryptic message, or when mutual friends whisper about how concerned they are for them, remember this. You are not the villain in their story. You are the chapter they can't rewrite. Going no contact is not cruelty. It is self-preservation. It is the declaration that your peace matters more than their narrative. And perhaps most importantly, it's the moment you reclaim your voice. Because the silence that once felt like loneliness will one day sound like freedom, and that freedom will be the loudest sound the narcissist will ever hear.